as well, slightly faster than in the previous games of SHODAN, but I think that LUPPA might be able to actually delay this CC long enough in order for these roaches to get in here and, you know, once again just buy more time.
Yeah, well, the Thor will have quite a bit against this, but of course the tank, but he needs to pull a few SVs to repair it, and now he goes back with the Overlord here, but it will get sniped by the Vikings, and well, it looks like LUPPA will be holding this back for a few more seconds, but potentially we have soon enough, I believe, a fourth base on the way. Yeah, Disco Dad starts a fourth even.
Yeah, I really like this decision out of him, because I mean, once he pushes this away, he'll be able to easily establish that fourth base, you know, make that into a planetary fortress, and then just lock down his half of the map, and you know, once he reaches that max level movement talking about so much, that's when the mech army gets absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, well, right now LUPPA just running with his roaches, trying to snipe something, and might even get a siege tank. That's a pretty good snipe, but just lose every roach for it. Now, actually, I just remember something as well. You know, when I was coming from Stockholm, you know, after our last IM cast.
Yeah.
Because we just happened to cast IM San Jose. I actually was looking on Ray for more casting gigs, if there was anyone who needed it, and I found that there's actually this pro team who needs two dedicated casters.
Are you fucking serious? It's like in before it's gonna be something from Aldaris.
Shit.
I fucking nailed it. Oh man. Anyway,
yeah, may people, you know what? He says the past is the past.
Yeah, that's true, guys.
He sounded very convincing.
Yeah, guys. Happy holidays from Stephen Moore. Now, anyway, we have a drop on the left-hand side, and that is going to be a Hellbat drop. So far, undetected. I'm trying to actually put on more of a serious face here doing this cast, because I've been fucking about way too much.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the point.
Yeah, well, it kind of is. At the same time, no, I want to,
okay.
you know, I want to provide my the viewers
okay.
with, you know, good opportunity to actually learn about the game. But there we go. The Hellbat drop does come in. This spore though does actually force the medivac out of there, so no healing for those Hellbats. Significantly weakened them, and drone pull that was also really nice from LUPPA, not taking any damage.
Yeah, well, in that case, I'm gonna be a bit more serious as well, yes. But
yeah, we'll just, you know, do it whatever we want to do, man.
yeah, okay. Let's not be 100% edgy. Never go full edge like that.
Exactly.
But okay, so Disco Daddy scans away, sees the spire, sees the hive on the way. So it can be Broodlords. Broodlords, of course, great unit, because what you do is you hit before we see too many Ravens and Vikings, and if you get hit with those Broodlords and Corrupt as well, then you're gonna hit hard as hell, and just you can't really deal with it unless you have a really solid fleet, basically. And without that fleet, well, you're just going to start taking too much damage to really defend against any ground armies. So that's why LUPPA trying to hit a nice little timing here, pretty early as well, to consider it.
Yes, sir. When we look at things now, finally, Disco Daddy grabbing that fourth base. And I'm also going to just point out there quickly to Caddies, who says, "What is this UVF shit?" Man, if you have a sense of humour, please go ahead and stay. If not, I'm not going to hold any bars against you, and you can just take your leave. Because this is a place where we have a sense of humour, and we're not going to be fucking, you know, hissy about tiny shit like that. Because we're here to have fun, and to fuck about, and that's exactly what we're doing. As you can see, this game, of course, is all about that. Double armory now finally being added in here for Disco Daddy, and he's throwing down more of those sensor towers, which of course I think is a really nice addition. Helps him just control the map more.
Well, LUPPA decides to say, screw it, I don't really need those Broodlords, and because he got the Spire, which was pretty interesting, but I guess he just rebuilt it, or built a second one, when I come to think of it, because he was building the Spire up, but he already had Mutus, I believe, right? Didn't he?
No, he did not actually commit to that.
Oh, I'm actually mixing with the first game, okay, sorry, second game, but you know what, he got Vipers anyhow.
Oh, he killed the Spine!
Yeah, well, he doesn't care for those Spines, man.
He doesn't need them.
Okay.
For 5 Hellions run in.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. 5 Hellions, so you're kind of dead. But
like, I'd rather go to just, you know, consume the hatchery.
You should actually be making evos.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. You could do that, but I mean, if you
now
really
the Great Spire. I was right. He was just a bit late.
Yeah, he's okay. So we're gonna see the transition into Broodlords. We have a bunch of Vipers here. 2-2 on this Roach Hydra army. One nice forward scan there for SHODAN, sees everything, and then of course the sensor tower is gonna be really big. But here we go, commitment coming in. Look at the nice focus there on those Vipers. They're very low, but they drop really nice blinding clouds, negating a lot of that damage from SHODAN's tanks.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first few backlashes were pretty nice, but as you saw, those Vikings really just killed off the Vipers way too quickly, and now we see Disco Daddy bringing the Disco, getting into the natural, going to do quite some damage, and right now Lupa is a bit sad. He didn't lose, he didn't actually keep that one spike.
Exactly, that would have helped out way more. But I mean, of course, he's not really microing. There we go, one morph in the natural, but the roaches are returning back, so they're going to clean that up very quickly. Queen not going to fall. She actually deals with that. Total of 4 kills. Good job, Queen. This Thor, by the way, was dropped on the left-hand side, killing that hatchery. And you were just going to say that, but I interrupted you because I'm a cunt. I'm so sorry. Now take.
Yeah, you are. You kind of are actually. That's
take the lead. Take the lead.
Okay, thank you very much. But the thing here, he wanted to trade as well as possible because Roach Hydra is great at trading, forcing fights, but he kind of got wrecked by those Vikings, so Disco Daddy very happy about that. Even finding this one lone queen just in the middle of the road. But you know what?
She really needed feminism.
She kind of needed something to protect her because, well, patriarchy just was too strong here.
Yeah, Shodan is like the epiphany of patriarchy.
He kind of is, it looks like, at least, you know, he looks like he's trying to really, you know, show his masculinity to everyone. But Brutal's on the way, actually a few already built, and enough Cryptos kind of throw away these Vikings. And, well, Siege Tanks are kind of worthless against Brutals because they haven't still not introduced anti-air weapons to tanks yet, it looks like. So
soon we'll be having those air-to-ground missiles, ground-to-air missiles, surface-to-air missiles even. But yeah, look at this. We have a good swing around of these units, and the Brutals have been revealed. Shodan, though, has a decent count in Vikings now. We see even more in production. 3 about to finish up here, and he's going to have like a really good number of Vikings to deal with this, but the tanks on siege, and the Hydras and Roaches are swinging up on creep, moving so quickly, closing the distance, and Shodan is going to lose every single unit on the ground. Lupa's pushing on forward here, looking so strong in this game number 4.
yeah, they're just crushing Disco Daddy, who right now feels very not festive, and Lupa, well, he can just push this. There's nothing really to defend for Disco Daddy. Has 3 tanks, and it looks like, once again, Lupa not bringing the loop whatsoever, going completely dry at the same time, though. Disco Daddy looking to crush this hive, and Lupa not paying any attention to it because his aim is completely at Disco Daddy's bases.
Yeah, he'll probably be able to kill off this CC if Disco Daddy doesn't react in time. There we go, lift off, that's going to help out a bit. This Thor, though, look at this fucking brave one man. He's going to get that hive. It is going to go down. Yes. There we go. Hive does fall, but at what... Like, I mean, does this even matter? The Roaches and Hydralisks are pushing on forward here. Even one Broodlord remaining in the air here. Third CC is forced to lift off. Right, he's maintained the command centers, but he doesn't have anything to actually deal with this right now. We have a lot on the production tab, but he really needs to sort of, you know, get a hold and stabilize. Planetary at the front of the natural, really nice. It's going to help out a lot. But Lupa now is... he's going to be falling back, actually.
Yeah, it looks like Lupa hasn't scoured this base to the right, bottom right-hand side, while we actually see, as you say, that planetary just helping so much. Now, Disco Daddy is pretty creative, so he's going to decide to first lose a Thor, but...
yeah, that's really creative.
It is pretty creative, actually. It's a good little move. But his main thought is that because he has more Vikings than we see Corruptors, he can actually just go in and start getting those Banshees, and if Lupa just goes and makes Roaches to max out like any decent Zug would do, because it's pretty damn stupid, then Disco can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but of course, the main issue here is that his army is at this point very, very weak, so Lupa can just control the map. He should really be out on the map, you know, looking for those hidden bases. But I mean, using the Banshees, Shodan is doing a pretty good job keeping his opponent back.
He is, and I mean, with that hive killed and the infestation bit slowly dying, and we see Lupa doing little to no damage control whatsoever. I mean, Lupa is not in a great position either, and Disco Daddy is not out of this yet, although Lupa had some pretty great bank. That great spy is already died, so no more Corruptors, and even remaking that spawning pool right now. So
he actually lost. He's got a full tech reset. Looking at the buildings here, he only has a Roach Warren and a Hydra Den at this point.
Yeah, that's all he has, but Roach and are pretty damn strong.
This is not gonna work though.
No, that's a lot of siege tanks, and Disco Daddy bringing the Disco once again, and well, there goes the last Banshee, but he's getting away with his bottom right-hand base, and right now he's mining off of 2 bases while we see Lupa. Well, he's mining from 1 at this point, basically.
Natural is very dry. Is looking very dry.
Yeah, it's more dry than. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna say it.
It's looking drier than your sister's arsehole. Now, anyway,
damn it, you went
on
there.
the left-hand side there has been retaken for Lupa, and now Shodan is pushing on forward here. These Vikings giving complete air dominance. Shodan is going to be able to shut down this base on the right, even if he he's just not going to give a fuck. He's going to go for the throat. He's got the work advantage, and he's mining so much more than his opponent. He's pushing on forward here into Lupa land, and I don't know, is Lupa going to be able to hold on?
No, I really don't think so. Lupaland sounds pretty fucking funny, and well, you know, Disco Daddy's going to enjoy himself. He's going to just kill everything off here, and Lupa will try, as a desperate Zerg usually does, to just try to counterattack until the point where he realizes that he can just lift up buildings, and well, at that point he doesn't really have anything to do. I mean, the one way would be to somehow get in here, kill all the facilities, and somehow then have Disco Daddy split his army and kill half of the army at a time, but Disco Daddy's not gonna let that happen.
No. By the way, Lupa heavily supply blocked, but actually Disco Daddy also supply blocked at this point. But we have two tanks ready in the main here. The roaches are going to be breaking on forward very, very quickly, so they're in the main production line of Disco Daddy now. But the supply, 161 to 113, none of these guys can actually make additional units. And Disco Daddy is absolutely wreaking havoc on the side here of Lupa land. Meanwhile, Lupa, of course, is doing a lot of damage. He's dealing very nicely here, using these Hydralisks, you know, like a small strike force. So very well played from both of guys, but I think Disco Daddy is going to come out on top just because of the way that he can lift those buildings.
Yeah, as well as remembering that Lupa will have virtually no lords on the map whatsoever, while those command centers help quite a bit at this point. We see Banshees on the way right now, as Lupa is just killing off the entire main base of Disco Daddy, but Disco Daddy still with his one planetary fortress in the bottom right hand side, and Lupa, well, he has one hatchery left, and remember, you actually win when you kill all those buildings for you guys who never touched StarCraft in your life. So
there are only two drones out on the map. I'm gonna actually find them. One is actually going up into the mech army, so he's gonna die. I'm following it with my camera now, my hacky, shitty observing. Last drone is leaving the hatchery there. You can follow him actually. The Vikings saw him, but Shodan not reacting. Buildings left are the two extractors in the main and the hatchery.
He's the chosen one, though. He's the chosen one. He got this. He got this.
Is he the new? Oh, look at the Banshees, dude.
Yeah, the Banshees with Cloak are doing some significant damage here to Lupa, and has to run away. And we see more and more command centers being built for Disco Daddy. One is actually already interrupted here and will be probably forced to cancel, even killed at this point. But what does really matter? Disco Daddy has almost 4k minerals, and well, he's bringing back his disco, which is a bit too strong for Lupa.
Yeah, this high velocity disco there's no way he can break this. The platinum disco is coming his way, and he does only have a gold card, so there is no entry for you here, Lupa, says Disco Daddy. He's got the UVF boys ready. They've got the baseball bats and the black balaclavas. They've got the AKs loaded, and I think that Lupa is going to be forced to tap out of this game very shortly, but he's holding on.
Well, what is he holding on to, though? There's one drone should be dying. Disco Daddy not paying attention, though, letting that drone slip away, as we see one layer left on the entire map. And this is the last building, together with those 52 creep tumors. Don't really count, though, as Lupa builds his final hatchery to the top left-hand side. And, well, now that base is scanned and scouted by Disco Daddy, who, well, he kind of got this game a long time ago. Lupa just, well, you know, he's just buying some time. He's warming up the lube for the next game.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's rubbing it between his hands at this point. And, so, Lupa kind of throwing this game. He had a pretty good advantage there through the mid-game when he was, you know, attacking a lot. Came up into the third a few times, got some really good pickups. But he was just really clumsy with it, so I'm a little sad to see that he did actually go for that throw.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a throw, but right now, Disco Daddy killing off this land. There's only one building left. That is the last drone. The thing for Lupa, though, what you can do is actually, if you can save this hatchery for long enough, you can actually have one lava pop to make that one drone. Now that he's not supply boxed anymore, and he can actually just build another hatchery.
They're gonna fucking roast those hydras, man.
Well, I guess those tanks are even better at that than even Bluefin Hellions. And well, Lupa loses his last units and says, "GG, well played," and that was a bit more mad than I expected.
Yeah, absolutely. So Shodan, aka UVF's Disco Daddy, is going to tie things up 2-2 in this series. It is a best of 9, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. It's a super long series. I actually have to go for a quick piss, possibly a wank. So I will be back. I'll leave my co-caster to entertain you boys.
Yeah, it should take about 2 minutes, and he'll back
you
with
know,
us.
I go fast. BRB.
Yeah, you really do go fast, and it doesn't take too long to piss either, so that's pretty funny. Pretty good rather. But okay, he did just leave this to me. What an asshole! Shit! Oh well. Thank you. Of course, we have a lot of people from AISC right now watching, and of course, you can probably tell that I am very uncomfortable, and that's because every fucking time I've been casting, it's been PG-13, and when I'm, when I'm with Luke.